On March 8, 2013, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services introduced an enhanced Form I-9 Employment Eligibility Verification. It has been reformatted to help reduce errors and includes clearer instructions for both employees and employers. The Form I-9 now includes optional fields for the employee's phone number and email address, as well as data fields for foreign passport number and country of issuance. And for added convenience, the form is a fillable PDF document that can be completed online. Beginning May 7, 2013, only the Form I-9 3813 revision can be used. Form I-9 includes 3 sections and is now more than 1 page. This video briefly describes Section 1 of Form I-9 and helpful reminders about how to properly complete the form. Section 1 of the Form I-9 is completed by the employee. The employee must provide identifying information such as name and address, and must attest to whether he or she is a U.S. citizen, a non-citizen national, lawful permanent resident, or an alien authorized to work in the United States. If the employee attests to being an alien authorized to work, he or she should also include the date that the employment authorization ends, if applicable. If the employee receives assistance when completing Section 1, then the preparer or translator must complete the Preparer/Translator certification on the form. In the optional data fields for the employee's email address and phone number, employees may indicate NA in those fields if they choose not to provide that information. The data fields for foreign passport and country of issuance must be completed for employees who check Alien Authorized to Work if they obtained an I-94 admission number from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. These fields do not have to be completed if the employee provided an I-94 admission number obtained from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. While the employee must complete Section 1 of Form I-9, the employer is responsible for ensuring that Section 1 has been completed properly. To avoid common errors, the employer should make sure the employee has provided his or her name, other names used, for example a maiden name, address, and date of birth, provided an A number or USCIS number after selecting a lawful permanent resident, provided an A number or USCIS number or Form I-94 admission number, and, if applicable, foreign passport information after selecting an alien authorized to work. Signed and dated the attestation. Completed Section 1 by the date of hire, meaning the first day of employment in exchange for wages or other remuneration. Did not check multiple boxes attesting to more than one work authorized status. And finally, please remember that it is absolutely essential to ensure that the employee's name is entered at the top of the page that contains Sections 2 and 3 of the Form I-9. To learn more about completing Section 1 of the Form I-9 and other helpful information, please refer to the Handbook for Employers, M-274, or visit the I-9 Central section of the USCIS website. USCIS also has informational videos about Sections 2 and 3 of the Form I-9, which both must be completed by employers. Thank you for watching. Section 2 must be completed by the employer or by an employer's authorized representative no later than 3 business days after the newly hired employee begins work for pay. For example, if a new employee starts on a Monday, their Form I-9 must be completed by Thursday. If an employee will work fewer than 3 days, you must complete Section 2 on the employee's first day of work for pay. You must verify and record the documentation that each new employee presents to show identity and employment authorization in Section 2. Section 2 of Form I-9 includes additional fields for the presentation of an employee's List A documents. Some employees may present more than one List A document. Foreign students, for example, may present up to 3 documents which, when presented together, establish identity and employment authorization under List A. In such an instance, you should use all 3 spaces under List A to record this information. However, if an employee presents a single document, such as a U.S. passport, you should record it in the first field and leave the remaining 2 fields blank. You must physically examine unexpired original documents presented by the employee. And finally, please remember that it is absolutely essential to enter the employee's name at the top of the page that contains Sections 2 and 3 of the Form I-9. For more information about Section 2 of the Form I-9 and for information on acceptable Form I-9 documents, please refer to the Handbook for Employers M-274 or visit uscis.gov/I-9 Central. This video highlights Section 3, which must be completed by employers. You may use Section 3 of the new Form I-9 to record rehire information, re-verification of employment authorization, and name changes. Do not re-verify U.S. citizens, non-citizen nationals, or lawful permanent residents who present an alien registration receipt card or permanent resident card. Also, do not re-verify the following documents: an expired U.S. passport or passport card, an alien registration receipt card / permanent resident card, Form I-551, a List B document that has expired. If your current employee's work authorization is expiring, or you are rehiring a former employee within 3 years of the date the previous Form I-9 was completed, and his or her employment authorization has expired, you may re-verify if the employee is still authorized to work in the United States using the new Form I-9. And finally, please remember that it is absolutely essential to enter the employee's name at the top of the page that contains Sections 2 and 3 of the Form I-9. Retain the new Form I-9 with the previously completed one. For more information about Section 3 of the Form I-9, please refer to the Handbook for Employers M-274 or visit uscis.gov/I-9 Central. We encourage you to read all new Form I-9 instructions thoroughly. Thank you for watching.